Howdy folks, welcome to this week's Ag Report. On this week's Ag Report we're going to talk about something very special. It's called the Texas Agriculture Memorial Day. Wanted to share with you a little bit about what that is. It is a special event that is held each year in November. This year will actually be on November 21st in the state capitol in Austin. Heather and I 4 years ago worked with the governor's office. The governor has declared November 21st is Texas Agriculture Memorial Day. We have a ceremony where we honor the lives in three different categories. Those that have lost their life in an agriculture accident, those that were severely injured in an ag accident but survived, and for those that have passed away but they dedicated their life to agriculture. And so we wanted to share with you a little bit about what that means, ways that you can make a nomination. If you know of somebody that fits one of those three categories, you can go online to txagmemorial.org, fill out the online nomination form and submit that for someone. It is for anyone that may have been lost in the past, not necessarily the calendar year that they're in. So I've got my wife Heather with me today, kind of share your thoughts, experiences the last 4 years of the memorial and kind of interacting with the families and what that means to them.
In meeting other mothers over the last 4 years, I know that we share similar feelings. In our family, Johnny was very important, and he not only impacted our family and meant a great deal to us, but in our community as well. And, you have this fear that your loved one will be forgotten, and I didn't want Johnny to be forgotten. Your life has to move forward. You have to learn to live again after you've lost a loved one, and that's not an easy thing to do. You don't get past it. You have to live through it. And I know that other families have the fear that their children or their spouse or their loved one will be forgotten. And this memorial is an excellent way to ensure that they're remembered and that their contributions in their communities, their families, in the agriculture industry are acknowledged. For our family, speaking in those days that followed our accident, agriculture is not just an 8-to-5 job, and it wasn't just your job.
Right.
It was something that our entire family did and still does. But to be able to continue to go to the field on a daily basis, on a yearly basis, and do the thing that costs you the life of your loved one, that is an incredibly difficult thing to do. And to be able to continue on. And so the families that are continuing to be involved in agriculture after losing their loved ones through an accident or just through natural causes, but they're continuing that legacy of agriculture, that's very brave. And it means a great deal. It sometimes has a great cost to those family members. It has nothing to do with financial. And to acknowledge that and honor them for continuing on, it's a great privilege that we get to be involved in this, and they deserve to be honored. It's a great thing.
And that's what we try and do each year at the ceremony. We are the founders of the memorial, of the ceremony, but we can't do it without the support of the governor's office. The governor issues a certificate each year to the families of the honorees that we present to them. The Texas Ag Commissioner issues a certificate to the families as well, and participates. The Texas Department of Agriculture supports us and helps with a wreath presentation ceremony on the steps of the Capitol each year, with the wreath provided by the Texas Nurserymen Association. We have a mounted honor guard from the Texas Department of Public Safety. So there's a lot of folks that come together to show honor to these families and to their loved ones. I also we'll be sitting down with our Texas Ag Commissioner, Sid Miller, and kind of just getting his thoughts on the ceremony. So if you know of anyone that might fit this, we'd encourage you to make a nomination. We would also encourage you to share, because you never know who in your friends list, who that you may be associated with, that might have somebody that you never knew that got injured or killed or dedicated their life to agriculture. So we appreciate y'all this week. We appreciate the support for the Ag Memorial. Y'all take care.